Hey Leo, I'm back with your cards, so let's get started. The underlying theme or overarching energy for this spread is the Major Arcana, the 14th card of the Major Arcana, Temperance. This is a card that represents for me, to begin with, balance. And I want to remind you that the holidays are a time to enjoy the spirit and the spirits. Just be careful with the amount that you drink and what you drink, because you are having a lot of work and health issues. I don't want to see you be ill because of possibly overindulging. And that's one of the very first things I think of when I see the Temperance card. Now, it's the 14th card of the Major Arcana. 1 plus 4 is 5, which speaks to the Leo-ruled house of pleasure, social life. It's where you've got skin in the game, your creation, your creative abilities, your creative pursuits or endeavors. Also your children. Sorry, that's Zoe over there trying to get comfortable. She likes to boss me around while I'm doing these videos. The Temperance card is representative of the zodiac sign of Sagittarius, which is speaking to questing and adventure. I also see it as traveling. But this card is definitely speaking to moderation, balance, and finding that happy medium. And I believe that it will probably be between work and health, or work and pleasure. Finding that happy medium. Now, the first card in the top 3 for clarity that I received for you is the 7 of Swords, upright. The 7, for me, speaks to the 7th house of the astrological wheel, which is ruled by Libra. It's partnerships and how you identify with others through those relationships. It's dealing with counseling and open enemies. This is a card of sneakiness. It's a card of deceit. I also see it as a card of theft. And it could be by someone close to you. Or you could be dealing with someone who is dealing with theft. Or reeling from it in some way. The swords represent air signs. The air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We have Venus moving into Aquarius. It could be dealing with a love relationship, possibly. And that could just be for one person, but just looking at the astrology and what this card means, that is very much a possibility. But this is getting away with it while other people are distracted as well. Whoever that person is that's sneaking around. The second card, you got 3 major arcanas. So if this isn't you, then it's someone very close to you. And they may feel like it's more happening to them than them being the precursor in it. The second card is the Leo card. It's the 8. The 8th card of the Major Arcana, the Strength card. The 8 represents the 8th house on the astrological wheel for me, and that house is ruled by Scorpio. It's the house of other people's money. It's regeneration, metamorphosis, and transformation. It's dealing with sexuality. It's also speaking to instincts, primal, basic, or human. It speaks to the cycle of life, death, and rebirth as well. The Strength card, like I said, is very symbolic of the zodiac sign of Leo because of this Leo down here, this lion. The Scorpio is represented in the 8th house, but also by the infinity sign right here. Whenever I see this card, especially in a private reading for myself or for a friend of mine, friends that I read for, I see it as have the strength to keep your damn mouth shut. If it's not you keeping your mouth shut, then it's the other person involved keeping their mouth shut or having the strength to keep their mouth shut. It's normally seen as the ability to use one's talents and use them well. It may be that you have to use strength after being deceived or dealing with this deception or this theft. The final card that you received is another Major Arcana card. It is the 15th card of the Major Arcana, the Devil. Now, 15, 1 plus 5 is 6, and that speaks to the 6th house of work and health. You've got a lot of 6th house energy, Leo, going on. The Devil also it represents the zodiac sign of Capricorn. We've got Mercury going retrograde in Capricorn. We've got a new moon occurring in Capricorn. Capricorn rules the 10th house of the zodiac, which is your career, your status, your reputation. It also deals with your destiny and authorities. I also see it as like the devil's in the details, and it's also, for me, a card of addiction. And addiction can be to anything: shopping, drugs, alcohol, sex, porn, eating, exercising, video games. I mean, you can go on and on and on. Just addiction. But it's the confrontation of one's self-imposed limitations and finding the strength to possibly balance that. You could be dealing with either you coming clean or someone coming clean to you about some deception in some way, dealing with addictions or something to that effect is really very strongly indicated in this spread right here. I did the tarot math, and the tarot math ended up being 44. 4 plus 4 is 8, which speaks to the Scorpio ruled house of life, death, and rebirth, transformation, metamorphosis, and regeneration. Instincts, which would be primal, basic, or human. It also covers sexuality and other people's money. I pulled 2 oracle cards for you from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. The first of that was Releasing Allegiances. It's the 10th card of the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck, and the 10th house has been spoken about. It's the house of your career and releasing allegiances in your career. It could be that you are leaving a situation that was not good for you. I say career because that's the first thing I think of when I think of the 10th house, but it could also be releasing allegiances to your status. And think about status as anything you could change on Facebook, like from single to in a relationship to engaged to it's complicated to divorced. That whole spectrum, the entire gamut. But this is releasing allegiances. And when I see this card, I think that it is a time for you to hold a space for your needs and to honor your needs. I see this as a card as confirmation that you need to ground yourself, and that you need to trust in the solitude and silence, that if you embrace that silence and you have your own back in that silence, that you will actually learn a great deal, and there's healing in that silence. That you need to also employ your self-care. This card acknowledges that your fear of being alone, or the loneliness that you would feel while being alone. But once again, it goes back to that idea of being silent, giving yourself a chance to actually hear your intuition. Now is a time for you to have your own back. And I think that it would be a good time for you also to look up the honeybee or the bumblebee animal symbology. That could be totem animal or spirit animal, however you are so led to look it up. But there might be resonant messages for you there as well. It's a time for you to employ your self-care, to nurture yourself, to ground yourself. The second card that I pulled for you is the 19th card of the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. 1 plus 9 is 10. See, there's symbology here going on. There's synchronicity. That Capricorn, 10th house. It's very resonant in this spread. But dream a beautiful dream. The 19th card. This is from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck as well. This card also indicates a need for nurturing yourself through your diet and through sleep, through your self-care. This card is an oracle of confirmation that there is nothing to fear and that you need to embrace that realization. Also, don't force a situation or a circumstance into a box or a mold or how you think it should be. The balance that you are seeking can be found in nature. And you need to acknowledge that you are an agent of positive change and positive influence, and utilize that, because you can actually go far with that if you do employ that. So yeah, Leo, that's what's going on for the month of December. That's how I see it anyways. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you already have, thank you from the bottom of my very grateful heart. I will be back mid-month to pull some more cards for you and give you a little bit more of a detailed spread. Please take care of yourselves. Employ your self-care measures. Be kind to yourself and save some kindness for others, because there are people going through things that are very private and they may never speak about to another living soul. It's the holidays. Be kind. I'll be back closer to mid-month.